studio, we have Jennifer Kearns, Republican strategist and contributor with The Hill, and Jeff Guillot, Democratic strategist and founding partner at Millennial Strategies. Thank you both so much for being here. Jeff, let's start with you very quickly. I mean, is it any surprise to you that the focus has now turned to the legacy and to the record of former President Obama?
I think it was a surprise to me because I think it's a terrible piece of political advice that a lot of these folks gave these candidates. Barack Obama, among Democratic voters, polls somewhere around the same level as free ice cream does. And so I'm really intrigued as to why the likes of Julian Castro, Cory Booker, and Bill de Blasio would try to invoke Obama in some kind of negative context. That's going after the most popular and charismatic Democratic figure of this generation. And so I really wish I was in the room with the strategists for those campaigns.
You would have wanted to shake them a little bit?
When they thought to themselves, you know what, let's go after Obama. That's a great idea.
Not to mention, if you were participating in a drinking game last night at a debate watch party, and you said, let's drink every time the president is mentioned, and you had Trump, you lost. If you had Obama, you're pretty sloshed, and you probably enjoyed the debate.
But here's words have not been spoken.
All right, so hold on, but before we talk about this any further, let's actually listen to President Trump tonight, who is actually talking about this very topic. Hopefully, we'll talk about that. President Trump in Cincinnati tonight, and this is one of his big talking points as he took the stage tonight. And he was talking about how the Democrats focused more on former President Obama than they actually did on him.
Yeah, and here's the sad thing for Joe Biden. He's the only guy out defending Barack Obama today. He hasn't gotten the endorsement from the guy. Barack Obama, if you're listening, throw the guy an endorsement. All right, so he's the only one defending him.
We now have the sound bite. Let's play that bite right now.
But I was watching the so-called debate last night, and I also watched the night before. That was long television. And the Democrats spent more time attacking Barack Obama than they did attacking me, practically.
17,000 people in attendance really seemed to enjoy that remark.
So not to be outdone by a lot of the poor moments Democrats had last night, Donald Trump takes the stage in Cincinnati, Ohio for another send her back xenophobic Temple of Doom experience where he not only
he said he didn't like that chant and he wishes they wouldn't.
They also chanted send her back. He also attacked Eric Garner, windmills, the city of Baltimore. So while there were some rhetorical moments that I think Democrats wish they had back, you could point to what you're seeing tonight in Cincinnati, Ohio, as a staunch example between the ideologies of the two candidates. We're trying to either lead with fear or lead with reason.
Well, there is something, we might agree on this, there is something to the effect of when your opponents are making a mistake, don't interrupt them. If I were the President Trump's campaign, I would have just said, how about we cancel that rally and we give these people a free hat and call it a day.
That's what I would have done. A great idea.
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
all right.
There's way better programming on TV tonight than whatever you saw in Cincinnati.
I'll tell you what was the most disappointing thing of the debate, and I actually like the debates. I was a writer for the first presidential debate, holding President Trump to account, was a writer on one of the controversial questions heard around the world. I like debates, but here's what I don't like. I don't like that the candidates you saw last night on stage actually demanded from CNN that there be no more questions where they had to raise their hand, yes or no, up or down on an issue. And you know what that tells me? It tells me that the Democrat Party doesn't actually want Americans to know where they stand on a particular issue. That's a problem, and that's a loss for the American people. And I think what it is it's the state of the Democratic Party today is so far to the left, they don't want to be pegged as, yeah, I support health care for all illegal immigrants. Yes, I support socialized medicine. Yes, I support this, because they know it's going to come back and haunt them in the general.
Let me ask you very quickly then, do you have a problem with the way the CNN moderators started the debate? Because they went right out of the gate, and their very first question was meant to pit both Joe Biden and Kamala Harris against each other right off the bat. Hey, might be good TV, but is it what you wanted to see?
That debate was run last night and the night before to create ratings and create buzz, not to help Democrats decide who our best party standard bearer is. And to your point about raising our hands on pledges and stuff like that, I think we could agree that both parties certainly have some soul searching to do. Republicans will probably have some soul searching to do to see what happens in the aftermath of the 2020 elections. And I think we don't want to pigeonhole candidates into promises this early in the contest. I mean, we have to go through all of this again in September, where you're going to have this field of 20 allegedly narrowed to 10. Bill de Blasio was texting donors today asking for $1, trying to keep this quixotic campaign of his alive.
Probably not going to get that from the wealthy donors,
He's
right?
polling about as well as I am right now, so I don't think it's going to happen for the mayor. But at the same time, I think we're both trying to figure out what our vision for the future is, and I think that was more on display the first night, where you had kind of the tag team of Warren and Sanders fighting against this barrage of moderates, than last night where it was everyone jump on Joe.
Is the Democratic base, though, right now, and this is very quickly, are they ready to say we want a progressive candidate?
I think yes, on some issues. Look, I mean, pre-existing conditions and Medicare for all is one of the real reasons why the Democrats took back the House. So finding a forward-thinking vision on health care, I think, can really help the party. But are we willing to elect someone who raises their hand on being willing to give insurance?
I have to raise my hand right now and let you know that we're out of time. I apologize.
If they
Jennifer
could, they would
and
nominate
Jeff.
AOC. That's what they really want to do.
Thank you very much both for being here. Good conversation tonight. All right, coming up here on Stateside.